Hi guys, this is Mr. Ibrahim the trader of Gova Trading Academy. So today I'm going to be showing you the trades I took last week on Euro USD, okay? So this is a trade I took last week on Euro USD. Now, let us analyze how to take a scalping trade using the Clusterdelta professional software tool. Now, this is the Clusterdelta tool, which is called the market profile or the volume profile. Can you see it here? So you can see the tool here. You can see it says market profile. It is also known as the volume profile. Volume profile. Why is this a volume profile? This is a volume profile because volume profile usually show us areas where there is volume in the market and area where there is no volume in the market. For example, look at this area. In this area, you can see how we have a high volume node around here, right? You see how we have a low volume node around here. Around here, we have a low volume node. Low volume node. Around here, we have a high volume node. There's high volume present in that area. Okay. So, and remember, guys, whenever you want to trade, you need to be trading zones that have volume, and you need to be ignoring zones that doesn't have volume in the market. So if you want to be a scalper, a professional scalper, a very successful professional scalper, you need to start using the Clusterdelta software tool. So what is this Clusterdelta all about? Clusterdelta software tool is a tool, it is a professional trading tool that is going to turn your MT4 or MT5 into a professional trading platform. You can see right now, this is my MT4 platform right now. So, but you can see how this Clusterdelta tool turned my MT4 into a professional trading tool. Because right now, on your own MT4 chart, you are only seeing candlestick on your own MT4 charts. You don't know the zone that has volume. You don't know the zone that doesn't have volume in the market because you don't have this type of information, right? So look at how important this Clusterdelta is. As a supply and demand trader, we all know that this is a rally-based drop. This is a rally-based drop formation. So in a rally-based drop formation, we are waiting for price to come back into our zone. Now, when price come back to into the zone, does the zone has volume or not? You need to confirm before you take that sell trade. Does the zone has volume or not? Let us assume that the zone has high volume node around here. You see that the high volume node is present very close to the zone, right? Very close to where the zone is. So this is a very good confirmation that there is a very good volume in the area. Then that is going to make our trading decision much more easier, right? Much more easier. You understand? You see here, this is the sell trade formation. Around here, we have our sell trade formation. And look at it, market price rallied up from here. We have the base here. You see how market price dropped down from here. Market price dropped down from that area. Now, on this sell trade formation, you see how we have a high volume node around here. So having a high volume node on your zone as a supply and demand trader, that should be able to help you confirm if that zone is a good zone or a poor zone. If that zone is having a volume in the market, it means that zone is a good zone. You understand? But if that zone doesn't have volume, for example, you see this is an empty area where this area here doesn't have any volume, right? This area doesn't have any volume in the market. So if you have a sell zone around here, if there's a sell zone around here, you don't expect that sell zone to work. Because if market come back into the zone, market is going to hit stop loss on the zone because there is no volume present on that zone. There is no volume present on the zone. But you see here, look at this supply zone that we have. On this supply zone that we have, let me just highlight it roughly. You see this trade, go to my Telegram channel, try and check this trade on my Telegram channel. I predicted this trade even before it happened. Way before it happened, I predicted the market way before it happened on this Euro USD chart. Now, you guys can see that this is the supply of the zone. This is the supply, right? This is the supply level. Now, on this supply level, what is going to help you in confirming if that zone is a good zone is, number one, does the zone has volume? If the zone has a high volume node, that is a confirmation one. You already confirmed the confluence. That is an added advantage to you. The next thing you need to confirm, because right now, remember, the analysis has not happened yet. As at the time we were doing the analysis, this area has not happened yet. So let us assume that, let us blindly assume that as at the time we were doing the analysis, it has not happened yet. Even though right now it has already happened, okay? I'm just trying to show you guys something, all right? So right now it has already happened, okay? So, but as at the time of the analysis, let us assume current market price is around this area. Let us assume current market price is around here. So, and you can clearly see a supply zone. You see a supply zone of a rally-based drop formation. That supply zone is also showing you a high volume node. You see the high volume node I'm talking about here, high volume node. Now, on this high volume node, market price is coming back into your zone. When market price was coming back into your zone, you are expecting market price to sell. You are expecting market price to do what? To sell off, right? You are expecting market price to sell off. Now, we've already confirmed this zone using the what? Using the what? We've confirmed it using the volume profile. We confirmed the zone using the volume profile. Now, volume profile is one of the important tools big banks usually use to trade, okay? So big banks usually use this tool to trade. They usually use footprint charts to trade. Footprint order flow. Footprint is also known as order flow, right? Footprint is also known as order flow. Big banks usually use the volume profile, or it is market profile. It can also be the market profile. Okay, it can also be the market profile. So big banks usually use the footprint order flow charts. They usually use the volume profile charts, and they usually use the VWAP charts. VWAP. They usually use the VWAP. VWAP is also known as the volume weighted average price. It is what usually shows us areas where there is average volume towards the day, during the day or the week. Okay, so volume profile is what shows us zones that has volume and zones that doesn't have volume. So if you see a zone that has a volume, you can take it. But if you see a zone that doesn't have a volume, you need to be ignoring it. Now, the reason why 90% of retail traders are failing in the forex market generally is because they don't have this type of information on their MT4 or MT5 charts. Their MT4 or MT5 chart is just an empty chart based on candlestick. But you see, if you decide to subscribe for the Clusterdelta software tool, this Clusterdelta software tool is going to increase your trading confluence because it is going to be showing you zones that has volume, and it is going to help you a lot in ignoring zones that doesn't have volume in the market. Now, that is, by the way, on the volume profile. We also have what we call the imbalance. Now, the imbalance chart is going to help us to understand areas that has imbalance or zones that doesn't have imbalance. We have different types of markets. Now, we have a balanced market. We have a balanced market. we have an imbalanced market. We have a what? We have an imbalanced market. We have an imbalance. We have an imbalanced market. Now, this is the scenario. Let's say this is what we have. Let's say we have buyer here. Let's say this is a buyer. Let's say this is a seller. Let's say we have 100 buyer here and we have 100 sellers. You see, in this type of balanced market, there is no trading opportunity in this type of market, right? So, but in a market whereby the market is imbalanced, that is, we have buyers here. Let's say, for example, we have buyers here, we have sellers here, right? Now, let's say, for example, we have 100 buyers and then we have 20 sellers in this market. You see that this market is an imbalanced market. This market is not balanced at all. This is not a balanced market. So this is where we usually see trading opportunities, and I love trading this type of markets. A market whereby the market is imbalanced. But in this type of market, that the market is balanced, there is no trading opportunity in this type of market. No trading opportunity here. Okay. So as a trader, if you are trading an imbalanced market, or if you are trading the forex market, what tool do you use to confirm if your zone has imbalance or if your zone doesn't have imbalance? Now, some of you might argue that you usually use the candlestick formation. The way the candlestick looks is what you usually use. Now, let me break your bubbles. The way a candlestick looks does not tell if the candlestick has volume or imbalance or no imbalance, okay? If you have a formation, because the way smart money concept traders are trading imbalance is by seeing a candle without a wick around this area, that is a candle that has imbalance according to them. No, that is not how it works. That is not how it works, okay? Sometimes you might see a very good candle on your formation and that candle does not have imbalance at all. You should be able to notice that when price come back into your zone, market price is going to hit your stop loss without knowing the reason why market price hit your stop loss. You won't just know the reason why market price hit your stop loss on that beautiful sell trade formation. That is because you are trading based on guesswork. You are not trading based on facts. What you are trading on is still based on guesswork using the candlestick. So you cannot imagine big banks using candlestick to interpret their buy trade or sell trade. Does it make sense? Big banks trading billions of dollars in the market, and what they usually use to confirm their buy trade or a sell trade is the way a candlestick looks like. Is the way a candlestick looks like around here. Does it make sense to you? This is what retail traders usually do, which doesn't make sense. And that is why, check Google. Google says that at least 90% of retail traders usually lose money every single day in the forex market. Why? Because they usually use failed trading methods. Even though we have thousands of YouTube videos teaching traders how to trade, that is because those thousands videos in YouTube is not really teaching you all about how big banks usually trade. It is still based on technical analysis, chart patterns and indicators, and so many things that big banks don't usually use to trade. All right. So you guys need to start using what big banks usually use to trade if you want to be successful in this forex business. All right. And you have the chance to start trading like big banks by using this Clusterdelta tool. Now, this Clusterdelta tool, let's go to the website. This is Clusterdelta's website. On this Clusterdelta's website, let us analyze Euro USD, the imbalance on Euro USD. But first of all, I need you guys to understand something. First of all, what I need you guys to understand is, I need you to understand what an iceberg order is. There's something they call an iceberg order, okay? An iceberg order. So what is an iceberg order? What is an iceberg order? We are going to get into that a little bit in a bit, okay? Let's go back to the Euro USD chart. On this Euro USD chart, using the cluster delta to analyze, if you want to scalp using the cluster delta, what you need to do is, you need to, if there's a formation, you can see here, we have a sell trade formation, right? Sell trade formation. On this sell trade formation, you can see we are in a downtrend. Let me go to a higher time frame. You see we are in a downtrend situation. Look at it. We are in a what? You see, generally, we are in a downtrend situation. Downtrend. Now, remember, you should only be selling in a downtrend, okay? You should only be looking for selling opportunity in a downtrend situation. All right. Now let's go back to the main points here. Now we all know that this is a downtrend, and in a downtrend, we can see a very clear, a very clean sell trade formation. Now, after seeing this formation, I believe you guys can see that we have imbalance. We have bearish imbalance. You see this red dot here? This is a bearish imbalance. You guys might see a green dot. This is a bullish imbalance, okay? But you might ask, Mr. Ibrahim, why then are we seeing a bullish imbalance in a sell trade formation? Now, one thing you need to realize is, if you see a bullish imbalance in a downtrend, for example, market is going down. For example, we have a downtrend situation. Market is generally going down. Does it make sense for me to buy this market just because I'm seeing a buy imbalance around here? Just because I'm seeing the buy imbalance dot around here? No, it doesn't make sense for me to be buying around there. Even if I'm seeing the imbalance here, I'm not going to be buying the market. Even if I'm seeing imbalance here, I'm not going to be buying the market, because this is not the right area to buy the market. You shouldn't be buying the market in a downtrend. You should only be selling the market in a downtrend situation. So the only time this can be right is if and only if we have a what? We have a bearish imbalance. That is, it is only if we have a bearish imbalance in a downtrend. So in a downtrend, we have a bearish imbalance around here. Mark out the proximal line, this star line on the zone. Mark out the zone. Wait for price to come back into your zone. Market is going to continue with the trend, with the downtrend. You see how market is going to continue with the downtrend. That is how the market works, all right? That's how the market works. Now, going back to the main points here, we are in a downtrend, number one. Number two, we can see it means that any bullish imbalance you see in a downtrend situation, you need to ignore it. Any bullish imbalance you see in a downtrend situation, you need to be ignoring it, okay? As well as any bearish imbalance you see in an uptrend, you need to do what? You need to be ignoring it. For example, you see we are in an uptrend around here. This is an uptrend. This is the market structure here. You see market has been doing something like this here, right? So that's market structure of an uptrend. Now, on this uptrend now, does it make sense for me to be selling this market in an uptrend? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. You see, that is the reason why if you are seeing a bearish imbalance, you need to be ignoring all these bearish imbalance you are seeing, right? And focus only on the bullish imbalance. Focus only on the bullish imbalance. Now, we have a drop base rally formation here. Look at it. We have a drop base and a rally here on this formation that is here, around here. Now, on this drop base rally formation, I believe you guys can see that there's a bullish imbalance in the area, and there's also a bearish imbalance in the area. But do you notice what I just said? I just told you guys that in an uptrend, you guys need to ignore a bearish imbalance and focus only on the bullish imbalance in the area. Now, focusing only on the bullish imbalance, let me confirm how many bullish imbalance do we have here. Let's see how many imbalances in that area. Let me see. So you just need to put your mouse on the imbalance dots you see here. Just put your mouse on the area. Now you can see we have what? You can see we have 32 imbalance. We have 32 imbalance. 32 times 0. What is the meaning of 32 times 0? You might ask. You see, we have an imbalance of 32 times 0. Do you know what this means? What this means is we have 32 buy contracts. We have 32 buy contracts. We have 0 sell contract. We have 0 sell contracts left on this level, And that's why market came back to the area here. Let us highlight the zone. That's why market came back to that zone and then push up massively. And the market rallied up massively. Look at it. You see, this is the zone. Market came back here and did what? And rallied up into profit massively. That is a very nice trade, okay? That's very nice. That's a very nice trade. Very easy, okay? So let's go back to this main point here. You see here we have, you see here, if I put it here, you see we have futures price. You see we have forex price. What is the difference between futures price and forex price? If you join my Clusterdelta course, I'm going to teach you what the futures price is, what the forex price is. Basically, the futures price is where big banks don't usually hide their transaction. But in the forex market, big banks usually hide the details of their transaction. Listen, in the forex market, big banks and institutions usually hide the details of their transaction. It is like you want to play a game. I believe you guys know this game. You guys know this game. Card game. I believe everyone knows this game here. This game, right? This game here. Whenever you are playing this game, you don't want your opponent to see the details of your card, isn't it? You don't want your opponent to see the details of your card. Because if your opponent is able to see the details of your card, your opponent is going to use that information against you, right or wrong? Right. Isn't it? Your opponent is going to use that information against you, right? So that's why you need to hide the details of your card so that your opponent is not going to use that against you. Now, the reason why big banks usually hide the details of their transaction in the forex market is because they don't want us to see the details of their transaction, all right? There's something we call iceberg orders. Iceberg. Look at it, iceberg orders. Now, big banks and institutions don't usually enter the market with all of their money at once. They usually divide their transactions into pieces, into smaller parts, so that when they divide it into smaller parts, retail trader is going to have a hard time in recognizing that big banks are the owner of this formation. Big banks are the owner of this area. Big banks are the owner of this zone. Big banks are dividing it into smaller pieces so that retail traders are going to be having a very difficult time in recognizing that big banks are the ones trading in this area, okay? So what if you can understand where big banks usually trade? What if you can do that? What if you know how to do that? Well, let's continue. This is the meaning of iceberg orders. You can see Google says that iceberg order is an order. You see here, it says it is a larger quantity of orders. Then it is divided into what? It is usually divided into smaller orders. Can you see that? It is usually divided into smaller orders. A large quantity of order divided into smaller pieces. You understand? Now, why are big banks doing this? Why are big banks dividing their big transaction into smaller pieces? Why? The reason is because they are trying to hide the details of their transaction. They don't want you to see. As a retail trader, big banks don't want you to see the details of their transaction. That is the reason why they usually hide it. Okay? That's the reason why they usually hide it. Now, let's look for another definition of an iceberg order here. So look at it. Look at it. Let me look for a definition. There's something I want you guys to see in the definition. Hide. There's a word I want you guys to read there. Hide. Hide. Where is hide? Where is hide? Where is hide? All right. Let's look at this definition here. All right. On this definition, on Investopedia, you can see what it says. It says that iceberg orders are mainly used by who? Iceberg orders are mainly used by, it is mainly used by big banks and institutions. Can you see that? They usually use it to buy or sell large amounts of orders, okay, in the market. Can you see that? Then they usually divide it into smaller portion. They usually divide it into smaller pieces. Can you see that? Now there's a word I'm trying to look for. I'm trying to look for where it says hide. Where it says hide. Okay. Can you see here? It says that they typically, big banks usually place large orders to avoid, no, that's not it. They usually hide the details of their transaction using the iceberg method. Look at it here. It says iceberg orders are large orders that are split up into smaller sized limit orders. They are split up into smaller, visible, and hidden parts. The reason why they are splitting it is because I've told you the reason, guys. I told you the reason. It's because they are trying to hide the details of their transaction. They don't want retail traders to see the details of their transaction, okay? Let me see if I can put the hide here. Let's see if Google is going to bring out a suitable definition. Can you see here, guys? Look at this area, guys. Look at this area. An iceberg order is a resting order. Look at it. An iceberg order executes a higher volume of order. Big banks usually execute higher volume of orders displayed by liquidity. Okay, that's not what I want to look for. But I believe you guys are getting my point. You guys are getting the point. Okay, you guys are getting the point. The point here is big banks usually trade big amounts, but they usually divide it into smaller pieces. Okay, they usually divide it into smaller pieces so that you won't see the transaction. Can you see here? Iceberg order consists of visible and hidden orders. Done by who? Done by big institutions. Done by big institutions, okay? So I think that is it, guys. That is it. Now, let's go back to the main chart. Let's go back to the main chart. Now, I'm going back to the chart here. Now, going back to the chart here, let's see on this cell formation here, let's see the imbalance we have in the area. So you can see we have a bearish imbalance here. We have a bearish imbalance indicated in this area. So let me see how many imbalance do we have here? How many imbalance do we have here? But before I do that, let me give you a quick logic here of how candlestick usually form. Remember the imbalance I just talked about? So let's say, for example, we have an imbalance market. We all know that in an imbalanced market, we all know that in an imbalanced market, let's say we have the imbalanced market is like, let's say this is a buyer and this is a seller. Let's say we have 100 buyer and then we have 20 seller. Now, this is what candlestick usually do. For example, we have sorry guys, we have 100 buyer candle. Look at it, guys. We have 100 buyer candle, and then we have seller candle here, 20 seller, 20 selling candle here. So this is going to be the result of this candle. This result is going to be equals to, when we bring this into this area, hold on guys, hold on please. So let's say, for example, we have this. It means that we have 100 buyers here. Remember we have 100 buyer on this candle, and then we have 20 seller on this candle. Remember, this is 20. So on this candle, on this bullish candle here, we have 100 buyer on this bullish candle. And then on this bearish candlestick, we have 20 sellers on this bearish candlestick. Now, the result is, when this 20 candlestick came in, bearish candlestick came in, this bullish candlestick is going to be equals to this. Now, it means that this bullish candlestick is going to be equals to this. And then it means that this area is going to be what? It is going to be wicks. It is going to be wicks. That is how we usually have wicks in the market. Can you see that? Now, this is just by the way, okay? This is just by the way. Let's go back to the main point here. The main point here is, we can see the imbalance we have on this chart. The imbalance we have, which is this area here, let's see how many imbalances in this area. So let me put my mouse on the imbalance dots. It is going to show me how many imbalance we have. You can see here, we have imbalance of 27. We have imbalance of 27. So anytime, it means that anytime you see a buy imbalance is usually indicated by the figure usually comes first. In a buy imbalance, the figure usually comes first. But in a sell imbalance, we usually have 0 coming first and then the figure coming last in a sell imbalance. So let's go again. So you can see here on this bearish imbalance, you can see we have the 0 times 27. What does 0 times 27 mean? It means that we have 0 buy contract on this level. We have 27 sell contract on that level. You understand? Now, this chart here is on Euro USD. If you guys notice, this is an Euro USD chart. Look at this is Euro USD. Now on this Euro USD chart, did you know, as a trader, did you know that 1 euro contract is 125,000? Did you know? If you don't know, maybe now you should be able to know. Now let's go to Clusterdelta's website. Look at it here. You see here, it says that 1 euro contract is how much? 1 euro contract is 125,000. 1 euro contract is 125,000. Therefore, in mathematics, if 1 euro contract is 125,000, it means that 30 euro is going to be what? 30 euro, that is 0. If we have imbalance of 0 times 30 imbalance, if we have 0 times 30 imbalance, it means that this is going to be 30 times 125,000 contracts. And that is going to be equals to what? That is going to be equals to, let me use my calculator here to calculate it. So you can also use your calculator by putting in 30 times 125,000. That is, the answer here is 3,750,000 contracts, euro contracts, euro contracts. Look at this information. On this information, you can see we have 3 million contracts here. So do you think retail traders like you and me are the ones making this euro market to have at least 3 million contracts? No, no, no. Retail traders don't have the capacity. Retail traders don't have the capacity. Retail traders don't have the capacity to trade a 3 million contract, to have a 3 million contract, because our account sizes are very, very small, are usually very small. So who has the power, who has the capacity to trade 3 million contracts? The only answer I can give you is the big banks. Big banks are the only guys that can trade a 3 million contract in an area. Now, the moment you notice that big banks are the ones trading in that area, let's go back to the main chart again. The moment you realize that big banks are the ones trading in an area, then what do you need to do? What do you need to do? What you need to do is you should have the confidence of selling the area in a sell trade or buying the area in a buy trade. For example, this is a sell supply zone. This is a supply zone. On this supply zone, we have a bearish imbalance of, let's see again, this is, you see the imbalance here is 27.0, right? Now, what does the mathematics say? Mathematics says that if we have an imbalance of 27, it means that this is going to be, therefore 27 multiplied by 125,000, because we know that 1 euro contract is 125,000, right, guys? We just checked that on just a few minutes ago, right? So 27 times 125,000 is going to be equals to what, guys? It is going to be equals to what? That is going to be equals to, let me use my calculator here. So 27 imbalance times 125,000. This is, the answer here is 3,375,000 euro contract. Euro contract. Can you see? So it means that guys, this supply zone, you see the supply zone highlighted in yellow. This supply zone is highlighted in what? In yellow. It means that this supply zone was traded by who? By the big banks. Big banks are the owner of this formation. Big banks are the what? Are the owner of this formation. You can see how easy it is to be a very successful trader as a scalper using the what? Using this Clusterdelta tool. Using this Clusterdelta tool. Okay? Using this Clusterdelta tool. This Clusterdelta tool is going to help you a lot to be a very successful scalper. All right? Clusterdelta is going to help you a lot in becoming a very successful scalper. Very easy, very, very easy. You see, when price came back to the supply zone, you see how market sold off in a very clean way. You see how market price sold off. Can you see? Market price sold off. Very clean, very, very clean, very clean. Check on my trade. You should be able to see that I took this trade also. I took this trade as well. Okay. Now, hello guys, look at it. Look at my chart. Look at my analysis here on Euro USD. The zone I was analyzing, this is the zone here. This is the supply zone. Now, on this supply zone, you see, I analyzed this trade ahead of time, even before it happened, because you can see where current market price is as at the time of my analysis. Current price is still below here. So I expected market price to come back into this area and then sold off. And that is exactly what happened in the area, in the market. That is exactly what happened. You can see what I said. I said this is going to be sell before, right? Sell before. I usually ask this question to many traders. I usually ask this question that, as a trader, do you know, as a human being, do you know what is going to happen in your life in the next 5 minutes, in the next 1 minute? Do you know what is going to happen in your life tomorrow? The answer to that question is usually no. Then I ask, who knows what is going to happen to you tomorrow? Then the answer to me that the only person who knows what is going to happen to us in the next 1 minute, 5 minutes, or tomorrow, the only person who knows this answer is God. God is the only one who knows what is going to happen to you tomorrow, right? In that same sense, the only traders who knows what is going to happen tomorrow in the market or next week in the market or next month in the market are the true, real institutional order flow traders. Only an institutional trader, institutional order flow trader, only an institutional order flow trader knows what is going to happen in the market. Only an institutional order flow trader knows what is going to happen in the market next week or next month or next year. Do you understand? So you guys need to start understanding how big banks trade, how big banks trade. Why do you need to listen to me? Why should you listen to me? You need to listen to me because my mentor happens to be one of a trader who happens to trade for JP Morgan, right? SAM SEIDEN is my mentor. SAM SEIDEN used to be my mentor. I learned how to trade from SAM SEIDEN, all right? So many years ago, I learned how to trade from SAM SEIDEN by enrolling into his beginners and professional course. I paid a lot of money to learn his beginners and professional course. No, SAM SEIDEN now happens to trade for JP Morgan Bank, and he was also an employee for Chicago Mercantile Exchange, that is the CME. He has worked in the CME before. Now, who is in a more better position to teach me how big banks trade? He is in a more better position to teach me how big banks trade, isn't it? Yes. So you guys need to start enrolling into how big banks trade. Whatever academy it is, join any academy teaching how big banks trade. Okay? You must, it is not a must that you must join Global Trading Academy, but you can also join Global Trading Academy because I'm going to teach you how big banks trade using the trading perspective of what my mentor has taught me. All right? Because other academies are saying that they teach how big banks trade, but in the sense, they don't really teach how big banks trade. Okay? So that's it, guys. If you want to be a successful scalper, you just need to scalp the London session and the Frankfurt session. Very easy. Every day, you need to scalp the London session and the Frankfurt session. Within 5 minutes, 1 hour, you are done with whatever you are doing in the market, and then you've already made your money. That is it, guys. That is how to be a very successful scalper in the market. What is going to help you a lot in becoming a successful scalper is this Clusterdelta software tool, okay? So without this Clusterdelta software tool, you won't be able to know area that has imbalance. You see how I was able to easily identify a zone that has imbalance. Easily, very, very easy, visibly seen on the chart. You can also see how I'm able to see the zone having volume in the area. Very easy, very, very easy to see areas that has volume in the market and areas that doesn't have volume in the market. For example, look at this area. You see, in this point of control, you see how we have a high volume around here, high volume around here. Now, you see how market price came back into the area where we have high volume, and then market price rallied up. Market price rallied up. Can you see that? So you guys need to start trading areas where there's volume in the market, and you guys need to start ignoring those that doesn't have volume. Look at this area too. You see, we have high volume node around here. We have our point of control around here. You see, when market came back into the zone, you see how market price shoots up. You see how market price shoots up in the area. Very clean, very, very clean. Look at this area too. Look at this area. Look at it. This Clusterdelta tool is a professional tool that is going to turn your MT4, MT5 into a professional trading platform. You can see right now, my MT4 is not an ordinary MT4 anymore. This is an MT4 that has been turned into a professional trading platform. Now look at it. There's high volume node around here, indicated by this area. You see, we have our point of control in the area too. When market came back to the area, what do you notice? Market price did what? Market price rallied up from the area. Look at it. Market price rallied up from the area on that demand zone. Look at it, right? Very simple stuff. Very, very simple stuff. So I don't see any reason why you guys should be complicating your trading. You don't have to. Trading is not complicated. Trading is very, very easy if you have the right tools and the right knowledge. If you have the right what? If you have the right tools and the right knowledge. Now look at this area also. You see how we have high volume node around here. Market came back into the high volume node area. You see how market price sold off around here. Because there's a supply around here. There's a supply zone around here. Market price came back into the supply zone, and then you see how market price sold off. This is what you cannot see if you are using only a candlestick chart. If you are using a candlestick chart, right? Now, that is it on this explanation on Clusterdelta. Now, for those who want to purchase or for those who want to subscribe for the Clusterdelta, all you have to do is to send me a DM. Then I'm going to show you step by step on how you can also subscribe on this Clusterdelta. This Clusterdelta is very, very cheap. And also this Clusterdelta usually use real price. It usually use real price. You can see it works on MT4 or MT5. This Clusterdelta works on what? It works on MT4. It also works on MT5. It also works on MT5. Right? But I advise you, if you are a supply and demand trader, you need to get this tool here. You need to get it. It's a very, very important tool that is going to really change your trading career. This might be the missing link in your trading career. Okay. Now you can see Clusterdelta also uses real-time price. Now, guys, this is not a futures price. Clusterdelta does not use futures price. Clusterdelta uses what? Futures price, real futures price. Clusterdelta usually use real-time data feed that was provided by an international exchange. So Clusterdelta usually use real-time futures data feed that is provided directly by an international exchange. Okay. So whenever you come into Clusterdelta, the reason why banks usually hide the details of their transaction in the forex market is because they don't want you guys to see the details of their transaction. But in the futures market, big banks usually submit the details of their transactions to an exchange. Now, the exchange is going to provide the details of the transactions to you in terms of showing you where has volume in the market. You see here, without the futures price, we won't be able to determine, the Clusterdelta tool will not be able to determine that there is a volume around here. The Clusterdelta is not going to be able to determine the zone having an imbalance. It won't be able to determine if the zone has an imbalance or not. But the Clusterdelta tool was able to determine if the zone has an imbalance or volume, because this is using a futures price. This is a futures price. Okay, this is using a futures market price. Now, There's also something we call the footprint chart, the footprint chart. On the footprint chart, you should be able to see how markets usually shift from a buyer to a seller in a very easy way. For example, look at this area. Let's say this is a supply zone. On this supply zone, I believe you guys can roughly see how we have a rally, base, and a drop here. You see how market price came back to the zone. When market price came back to the zone, do you notice how we have a shift in delta? Do you see how we have a shift in delta here from a positive delta into a negative delta? And then after having a negative delta, you see how market was selling off massively. Very easy. When you purchase the course, when you subscribe for the Clusterdelta, just message me. The Clusterdelta subscription is very affordable. It is very affordable, okay? So the Clusterdelta is very affordable, like I've said. It is just $34 for 6 months. $34 for 6 months. Clusterdelta is just $34 for 6 months. Okay, so if you want to get this software tool, just message me directly on Telegram at Ibrahim the Trader on Telegram, or you can also message me on Instagram at Gova Trading Academy. You can also message me on WhatsApp. Please don't call me. I don't usually accept any phone call. So message me on WhatsApp at this number. Okay, you can message me on WhatsApp on this number, and then I'm going to hook you up on how to go about this Clusterdelta software tool. Okay, this is really going to change your trading life if you start following the instructions by using the Clusterdelta. All right, so that is it, guys. If you have any question, feel free to message me and ask me your questions. I'm going to answer all your questions step by step, and I'm also going to guide you through in what course you can purchase and so on and so forth. All right, you can enroll for the pro course if you are a novice trader, you don't know how to trade. The pro course is a way to go to help you understand the basics of how to trade from a beginner's level to a professional trading level, from scratch to finish. All right, so the Clusterdelta is also going to help you a lot in understanding how to trade. Okay, how to trade. So when you are ready, just message me at Ibrahim the Trader. Now, whenever I send you the link to subscribe for the Clusterdelta tool, this is the window you should be able to see on your chart. You should be able to see this window. Now, on this window, as a new user, you need to sign up. As a new user, you need to do what? You need to sign up. So what you need to do is scroll down. When you scroll down a little bit, you can see where it says new user here. So create an account here using your email and password. Create an account. After creating an account, log in to your account. After creating an account, log in to the account here. Log in. After you log in, then you can deposit the funds here. Just click on deposit funds. Click on this deposit funds area. Okay. Click on this deposit fund area. Click on it. When you click on it, you should be able to see this window. Now you should be able to see this window. On this window, edit this price to $34. Edit it to change it to $34. Okay, change it to $34. Now, when you change it to $34, you can pay using your debit card or MasterCard. You can pay using this debit card. Just click on this area. Click here. Click on this area. Now, when you click on this area, it is going to take you to a new page. Okay. Now let me log in. It is asking me to log in now. Let me log in. Let me log in now. Okay. Now, let me click on this area here. I'm going to click on this area, okay? I'm going to click on this area. Now, if I click on the area, it is going to take me to a new page. Now, on this page, the equivalent of $34 is what? Is 1,278 Ukrainian currency, okay? This is Ukraine currency, Ukraine. But it is equivalent, this amount is equivalent to what? It is equivalent to $34, okay? It is equivalent to $34 for 6 months. This is a 6-month subscription, all right? So it means that when you subscribe for 6 months, you should be able to enjoy Clusterdelta for 6 months. So just put in your details here if you want to pay with your card, all right? Now, for those who don't want to pay with their card, or you are trying to pay with your card and it is not working, then this is what you need to do. If you've tried paying with your card, but it is not working, then you need to do this. Now, this is the other payment method. This is the other payment method available. You see, we have this payment method available here. You can pay into the PayPal account. You see this PayPal account here at Dennis at Clusterdelta, Dennis at clusterdelta.com. You can pay into the PayPal account. You can pay with PayPal. You can also pay with USDT. Just make sure that it is a USDT TRC20. All you need is just to copy this address. Copy this address, okay? Copy this address. When you copy this address, this is an address of Clusterdelta, okay? This is not my address. This is a Clusterdelta's address. So when you pay, if this is your payment method, then you need to send me your email. Send me your email. After your payment, send me your email, your registered Clusterdelta's email. Send it to me. And then if you also pay by PayPal, also send me your email, okay? So that I can forward your payment receipt to Clusterdelta's customer service, okay? So that they can confirm your payments. When they confirm your payment, then you should be able to know how to use it. You should start using it, okay? Message me. I'm going to direct you on how to use this Clusterdelta, all right? Just message me and then I'm going to direct you on how to use the Clusterdelta. Now, for those who are paying directly through me, then you can also choose lifetime. If you want to choose lifetime, you can choose lifetime. So if you are paying through me, you won't be paying 220. You are going to be paying what? You are going to be paying just $200. You are going to be paying just $200 for a lifetime access. So that is it, guys. If you have any question, this is Mr. Ibrahim the Trader. This is Mr. Ibrahim the Trader of Gova Trading Academy. If you have any question, feel free to ask me your questions, guys, on the group, okay? And also make sure you follow me on Instagram at Gova Trading Academy. Make sure you follow on Telegram free group at Gova Trading Academy. For if you want to message me on Telegram privately, then you can message me at Ibrahim on Telegram. You can message me at Ibrahim the Trader. All right, you can message me at Ibrahim the Trader. You can also message me on WhatsApp. Remember, you can also message me on what? On WhatsApp. Please make sure you don't call me. I don't accept calls because I don't. If I'm accepting calls from 20 persons, how then am I going to respond to everyone at once? So just make sure you just message me. I'm going to see your message when you message me. So 7548. Okay, just message me on WhatsApp on any of these medium. You can message me on any of this medium, and then I'm going to hook you up, and then you can start using the Clusterdelta software tool. Okay, if you also want to enroll into my professional course, that is also going to help you a lot. In the professional course, I usually teach traders how to swing trade. So basically, the Clusterdelta is for scalpers, okay? But if you want to be a swing trader, swing traders usually join the professional course. So basically, we have two courses in GTA, in Gova Trading Academy. We have two courses in Gova Trading Academy. We have the Pro course, we have the Clusterdelta course. We have the Clusterdelta's course. Now, Clusterdelta's course is different from Clusterdelta's software, okay? The $34 you are paying is for the software, not for the course, okay? Not for the course. But when you subscribe for the Clusterdelta, message me, and then I'm going to hook you up into the course on the details of the course, okay? On the details of the course. Now, if you want to be a swing trader, Pro course is the way to go if you want to be a swing trader. In the Pro course, I teach students from various countries, about 23 countries now. Now, all thanks to God, Gova Trading Academy has students from over 23 countries now, right now, all right? Now, in the Pro course, I teach you how to trade the weekly what? Supply or demand. I teach you how to trade the weekly or monthly what? Supply and demand zones. I also teach you daily zones too. I like teaching daily zones too, but I don't mostly recommend you to trade daily zones. Trade weekly zones. You should be able to see a lot of profits, okay? And also trade monthly zones. You should also be able to see high profits. We usually trade yearly zones too. We usually trade the yearly supply zone also, okay? Because big banks usually have transactions they didn't complete on the previous year. They must come back to the new year to complete the transaction, okay? So that is how it works. That is it, guys. This is Mr. Ibrahim, the trader, once again, of Gova Trading Academy. If you have any question, just feel free to shoot me your question on the group. You can also visit our website at govatradingacademy.com, okay? You can also visit our website at Gova Trading Academy. So you can see when you visit our website, these are the details and so on, okay? These are the details and so on. So that is it, guys. Have a nice day. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel also. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, okay? Subscribe. Just search for the word Gova Trading Academy, and then you can subscribe here. You can see you can subscribe to our channel here. When you subscribe to our channel, you can see a lot of information here. And also you can go for the links. If you want to message me and you don't know how to message me, you can message me through these links here. Just click on the links, and the link is going to take you directly to my DM, all right? So just click on the link, and it is going to take you directly into my DM, all right? You can see here. You can see the useful links. These are the useful links you can use to come through to me. Okay, you can message me on Telegram. You can message me on Instagram. You can also join our free Telegram group. Okay, and this is our website. This is our website. Okay, this is our website. So also, one thing you need to realize is in Global Trading Academy, when you graduate from our courses, you are going to get a certificate of completion. You are going to get a certificate of completion. Okay, of completion. So that is it, guys. This is Mr. Ibrahim the Trader once again of Global Trading Academy. Have a nice day, guys.